Well, another session that has consolidated India's position at the Oval. 301 for 6, but more importantly, the lead is 278. Similar kind of a thing if you look at it, 114 runs in the first session, 115 runs in the second session.
Just a number of wickets.
Yeah. But now looking at it, see, you are going to have the session now from 8:45 to 11:30. You're not going to get all the overs in on time.
And potentially till 12 also, assuming there is a rain shower.
Assuming there is a rain
Today, I don't
shower.
think there's any rain expected.
No.
Hope so, because that was the same weather forecast yesterday. No rain predicted. So, India might want to bat out at least 1.5 hours, get to 350 or in that range, 300 to 350, and then insert England in for 1 hour, because knowing that the weather is bad tomorrow and day after. Let me remind all our folks, tomorrow and day after, afternoon period onwards, it starts to get worse. So that is why India will want to have at least 3 sessions at England to bowl them out in that way. See, the highest total ever chased in the history at the Oval is 263. But in the 21st century, Sri Lanka chased down 219. And they lost only 2 wickets in the process.
And we are talking as recent as 2024.
Yes, just last year, less than 12 months when I look at it. Now, should India now go for the jugular, score big and ensure that they get to 350, or take their time, insert England in towards the later half, say with half an hour to go or maybe 40 minutes to go, or insert them directly tomorrow? Fresh legs, fresh bowling.
Now, I think India will have to insert them today itself.
Yeah.
See, you clearly mentioned about the weather, and that's what I think was seen exhaustively also, that on day 4 and day 5, overall, from the period of 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., and I'm talking about English time here, the London time, the weather is not really promising, and same goes for day 5 also on Monday. So that's where, as Siddharth also clearly mentioned, that India would want at least a minimum of, 3 sessions to have a chance of bowling England out and maybe leveling the series there. So, and now you have about 281 run lead. All India should look to get is about 360 or 370 at max, close to 100 odd runs, not even more than that, I am saying, and then take that leap of faith. Just depend on your bowlers to have that final shot of bowling England out and probably, drawing level in the series. So yeah, I am a big fan of doing it. You need at least about 20 to 25 odd overs today, or at least 20 overs today to have a go at England.
You think 20 overs will be possible with getting a go at England today?
See, I don't think so. India is going to do that. I don't see India declaring until and unless, whatever the scenario would be. I don't think India, because like Nikhil sir also mentioned, the weather, it keeps on changing. So I don't think, and keeping in mind the past record where we know that England has gone on and chased down totals, it doesn't really matter what the record really is. So in that sense, and with just for one more accomplished batter in that sense to come, I see India batting all of this out. The only thing that will be that from here, how many runs more can India actually bat? Do I see India batting the whole day today? I don't think so. I think anyways, the England team will have to come out and bat at least 25 overs today, and that will be a very crucial time for both the sides.
So let us devote this. I know it's a very short break that we have, 20 minutes, but let's devote it to Yashasvi Jaiswal. I mean, what a phenomenal way to end the tour. He started the tour with 101 and now he's ended it with 118. Uppercut caught at square third man when you look at it, but great end to the tour for him. He started with 100, then he had a bit of a lean patch. He had, I think, 250s. Now he's ended it with 200. So, how will he look back upon this particular tour in a nutshell? And do you think this knock has gone on to dispel the fact that, okay, Yashasvi Jaiswal can play in tough conditions?
I think if we talk about his overall performance, it's clearly going to be a case similar to what we saw in BGT, a series of missed opportunities. You would have wanted to be slightly more consistent. Even in BGT also, he got runs in Perth, did not score in Adelaide, did not score in Gabba, then got those 280s in Melbourne. And in Sydney, almost everyone failed, apart from Rishabh Pant. So, I think for Jaiswal, once again, did well in the first test, did well in the last test, in between had those middling returns. I think overall a case of what if for him. But I think his 100 has really come at a crucial time now. Now, if it was, crucial for India to take that 1-0 series lead in Perth, which actually came due to Jaiswal's brilliant innings, now if there's any chance for India to draw level in the 5-match series against England, I think it's probably going to be down to the knock that, Jaiswal has clearly played, and he has shown the temperament here. I think what I really liked about him was that from yesterday, he knew that the conditions are really going to be tough. He used his feet very well. He was aided by some luck, after being dropped yesterday twice on 20 and 40. Today also England's fielding wasn't really up to the mark at all.
5 dropped catches, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
5 dropped catches total. So that's where I feel that in case of Jaiswal, I think he was helped by some luck, but overall the shot selection was good. I think he pierced the gaps very well, something that wasn't really the case in the last couple of test matches or so. And I think you need more of such innings from Jaiswal, wherein he tries to be a lot more attacking.
Jaiswal, your comments.
I think he's batted really well. I think he's proved more than his expectations. I know since the very beginning of the series, I've said it quite often that I think Yashasvi Jaiswal is somebody who will learn with more and more tours overseas. He definitely is not up there as far as technique is concerned, but the fact that I love about him is that despite the shortcomings in his technique to play in these conditions, he's despite all of that managed to score 2 centuries on this tour. So that in itself shows that how much the kind of hunger that he has and the habit of scoring runs. I think that is something I really like, and he's definitely somebody who learn a lot from this England tour. And next time whenever India goes 4 years down the line, if I'm not wrong, when India goes to England again, that will be the time when Yashasvi Jaiswal will really be in the peak of his powers.
See, I think for me, this knock, looking at the situation, look at the pressure. I mean, look at it. The second innings that Yashasvi Jaiswal has played, almost all tour, he struggled. This was the one time that he needed to step up in a big way, and boy, has he stepped up in a big way.
Before this, he had actually scored 32 runs in all of second innings on this tour, an average of 8.
8.
Yeah.
Now he's gotten 180, and the celebration spoke of a relief that was there. See, Jaiswal and Gill are those guys who want to now set some standards when it comes to looking at the way of consistency, looking at the way of impact, looking at addressing concerns that, okay, we can't play on seaming conditions. Like Shubman Gill, he started answering the questions, but it's a long thesis
What a
that
treat
one
for
has.
his parents though. They were there at the ground, and his brother as well.
Yep. He did that gesture, and he was very emotional about the fact that, yes, his parents were there, brother were there, the whole family is at the Oval to see him. And boy, he didn't disappoint with the 118 or 164 balls, 14 fours, 2 sixes. He allowed the others to score. Of course, Rohit Bhaiya is always there in crunch situations, in clutch situations, supporting the team. And see, Rohit Sharma, we are talking as if he's retired from the sport. No, he will be back in October for the 3 ODIs that they play against Australia. So that is how we are looking at it. Lot of the glitz and glamour that you have in the sporting world, both England and India, are at the Oval today. So Jaiswal's parents are there. There is also Rohit Sharma who's in attendance. Plus his family also is there. Rohit Sharma's family, they are at the Oval. So the only one missing there is a certain Virat. But Virat might come. Who knows? But I saw this one particular stat. This session we could have very well discussed Shubman Gill going past Sunil Gavaskar's record of 774. But then I read that outside of London, Gill has been phenomenal. In London, 4 innings, he's been a failure. 22, 6, 11 and I think 22. That is the number of runs that Gill has scored in the 4 innings in both grounds in London. So, missed opportunity for him. What do you think? Can Sunil Gavaskar's 774 tally ever be broken by an Indian? But the remarkable thing is, Sunny G achieved it in just 4 tests.
No, I think the direction in which Test cricket is moving, we're seen more often than not very good batting conditions in England itself. I think these are clear indications how it's going to be moving ahead. I think that record sooner or later will be broken.
I mean, if you look at it, most of the runs, 974, I think Bradman made it in England, if I'm not mistaken, 1930. I'll have to check. Mark Taylor in one tour scored 839, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Kohli has 693, Smith has 774.
774, the same as Sunny G in that sense. So, yeah.
I think it can, I would not really say that it
Not
can.
693, I think 593.
Kohli at 693, 100%. 4 matches, 693 at an average of 86.5.
Is it?
Yeah,
In
yeah,
England? I
absolutely,
thought it was
yeah.
593.
In Australia.
692. I'm only taking England.
England was 590 odd.
593.
England was
That's the thing.
590
So,
odd,
yep.
yeah. But I think, if you, I'm not really sure if that record can really be broken, but you don't really get, those many chances, or you don't really get nowadays those flat pitches also, because sometimes
Except
if
in
you,
England.
Yeah, except England. Sometimes if you have to compare the quality of cricket now and then, a lot of former cricketers will say that we used to face the likes of Fearsome Foursome and all the other bowlers from Australia, Dennis Lilly, McDermott, and all of them. So obviously it was tough, but not having more flat pitches, and at the very same time not many 5 test series being there, I think it's going to be very difficult.
See, you can only get it in two places, England and Australia. Or in India, whenever they come for 5 test series. You can't get in a 2 test series, you
I
can't get
don't
in a
think
3
it's
test series.
possible in India. I don't think so.
You'll have to have those 2024 pitches in England, like how you had it. At that time, I think you can, because Jaiswal came mighty close. So that's why 712, but here 754, missing out by 20. Slowly but surely you're getting there. But then you don't have many 5 test series, and that's going to be a major, major concern going ahead. Now, we'll talk more about Jaiswal. We'll talk more about Gill. I mean, Dhruv Jurels looked very good in the final over before tea. He really showed a lot of intent. Jadeja survived an LBW appeal from Josh Tongue. I think it was Tongue who was bowling. The ball swung in, but then the impact was outside off, despite kind of a no shot kind of a situation. But then, what do you think now? The plan, before we take comments, what should be the final plan, and are you even thinking about a declaration at this time, looking at the weather?
I think we'll be meeting before the end of day's play. I think there will be an innings break, and it's just about how many runs from here India can actually go on and put. Anything over 320, I think, should be a very good total for India to defend in the fourth innings. But keeping in mind with 2 days overcast conditions, it's going to be very difficult for the England batters to actually survive.
Yeah, I think I agree with Shashwat here that we are going to meet before the end of day's play. It could really be India all out or India declaring, but the goal should now
Do you
be to
see them declare?
I think it can happen. See, if you get to about 360 or 370 and you still have maybe 2 or 3 wickets left, then I see India declaring. But I think the chances of that happening are like pretty less, maybe about 20 or 30% chance, 70% chance that India could get bowled out. The only thing that I'm looking for now is some intent. Try to get those 70 to 80 odd runs at a quick pace and then insert England.
I don't see them declaring at all. That's the thing. They are only going to get bowled out. They'll wear the England fielders and the bowlers out, and then they'll go for the kill. Even if it's 10 overs in the day, they'll still go for the kill.
Neither do I see them actually declaring.
Yep. So, I think, yes, all of us are unanimous in the fact that India will go for a lead somewhere close to 350. If that happens, then England have an uphill task to save this test match, but I don't think they can save this test match. So, in that sense, let's look at some comments that are there. And Sunny Singh needs 600 at least, which is
I
easy.
don't
Come
think,
on.
it's a 600. 600 was obviously at Baston.
He's been sarcastic at this
600
point.
would maybe at this point of time, nor do we, neither does the Indian team really know what a safe total is. So that is why, keeping that in mind, I think they're going to try and bat as much as possible.
Yep. Abhishek, I don't know. Let's go up a bit. There's some random
let's go up.
chatting that is happening at this point in time.
Yeah, more. Okay, Kiran Khatri is saying that Jaiswal is a flat track bully. How much of it do you agree?
See, as I said,
But at
he
least he's
started.
getting those runs. There are other batters like Karun Nair, Sai Sudarshan who have had all the kind of conditions and they haven't really able to exploit those. So in that sense,
See, you get the conditions, you capitalize, you can't capitalize on it. Jaiswal has started answering the questions. He started answering with this 100 that is there. And even in Leeds, first day, I think, first session, there were tough conditions there also.
Yeah.
It only became easier as the game progressed.
I think before this test, the most tricky conditions that you got were obviously Lords, the day 4 and day 5, and the first couple of days in Manchester, primarily due to dark clouds.
Yeah, but then, see, it's a very 50-50 thing. Jaiswal, in seeming conditions, out of 6 innings, assuming, if you count from Lords itself, he just had one good knock. That's this one. Apart from that, he's been failed. Now, what do you weigh that
He
against?
even got a 15 Manchester, no? First innings.
Yeah. So he got a 50 and a 100 out of the 6 innings.
Yeah.
What do you then boil it down to? That's a very
And it still
tough
has
debate.
a long way to go. At least, Gill has started answering some questions, and maybe in case of Jaiswal, the 100 that he has gotten now, you can still maybe, there can be an argument that the conditions have become a little bit better, but still, I think these are testing conditions, and he has done well. Atul Bharadwaj has a question that how much will the wicket change for England, taking into consideration weather reports? See, I don't think the wicket will change much. Obviously, it will get better for batting. Not the most easiest, but definitely better. But I think if there are a lot of clouds and it is completely cloudy there, I think it's going to assist Indian bowlers a lot.
It will. And Sarat Chandra, we are not in the business of scaring people. That other people do in this particular world. But this is a target which has never been chased at the Oval. Anything above 300 is advantage. Absolutely. We are also saying that only. I had started the conversation by saying that no total in excess of 263 has ever been chased in the history of the Oval. So, in that sense, Ramachandran is saying neither team deserves to lose this hard-fought 5-test match series. 2-2 will be fair result if it happens on par with 2005 Ashes. Absolutely 300% no. That 2005 Ashes was a classic. This is a very tepid affair from
You
two
had
teams.
the most testing conditions also at that
Exactly.
time. Yeah.
The conditions here in England in 2025 are simply unbearable. It's not been, I'm sorry, I will still maintain that barring Lords and to a certain extent Oval, the rest of the matches have been very, very placid. It's only been bat dominating.
See, to an extent, the first couple of days in Manchester also. I think that's when India 358, there was a lot of assistance for England bowlers too.
But still, there was again, when the conditions eased out, it became simple.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Never ever has England been so this thing. Even in the past, you would get assistance to the ball, the quality of ball, and all those kind of things. It's really, really not in that sense. Sid sir, simple bat as much as possible. Don't look for declaration. Bowlers are tired. Our bowlers need rest. And if we lose and can't defend, then our bowlers will let us down. That's it. See, it can work anyways. You have a collapse now. You still don't get to 300. Then the batters are at fault. If the bowlers are unable to defend it, then it's the bowlers who are at fault. Anyways, at this point in time, you're now going through the motions that yes, tomorrow most likely is the last day of the series.
True.
Most likely you're going through the motions in that sense. So
Assuming rain stays away.
Assuming rain stays away. So yep, let's hope that you get some kind of thing today, and let's see how that goes along at this stage. Nationally, target 400. But then, see, I'm again telling this. If you target 400 and then you didn't get that 1 hour to go at England, and tomorrow there is rain for 4 hours, even on the 5th day there is rain, then you would have let a chance slip away.
That's why you need about 15 to 20 odd overs today, just to make sure that you can peg England back when it comes to your bowling here.
See, anyways, 300 plus already. You can't chase it at the Oval that often. But then remember, Sri Lanka chased down 219 for 2. They lost only 8 wickets in that particular thing. Yeah, it is. So that's why we can't be so overconfident in that sense as well. But let's see. At this point in time, it is still firmly 70-30 advantage India only. I am not looking at drain at this stage.
I would also, I think, increase my chances here. I said 55 to India, 45 to England. I'm saying 60 to India and 40 to England.
Yeah. So in that sense, we are now looking at the final session. Remember, 8:45 to 11:30. That's your final session. If you finish your overs on time, 11. But if you don't, 11:30.
You won't finish your overs on
No, it's not happening. This could potentially be the last session that India bat in this whole series.
I think, 99%.
99%. And let's see how many runs India can pile on. So let's see how it was. And Danush is saying, looking at pitch and bowling attack, which is better, Virat 2018 or Gill 2025?
Virat 2018 any given day.
Looking at pitch and bowling attack, which is better?
You're talking about the bowling attack, na? So at that time you had Bumrah, Shami, Ishant. There was Umesh Yadav also. spinner was Ashwin and Jadeja in that squad basically. And in Oval was the same test in which KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant scored hundreds in the second innings.
Yeah.
So you had Bumrah definitely played because Bumrah did not play the first couple of matches due to a hand injury. Bumrah was there. I think there was Ishant also. There was
Hardik
Shami.
Pandya.
There was Hardik Pandya. I think he wasn't there for the fifth test. He wasn't
there for the fifth test. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that bowling attack obviously, that was a great bowling attack.
Yes. And it's Jacob Bethel who's going to start off with the proceedings. So let's see. We'll join you either for the match end at this point on day 3, or we'll join you for the innings end, whichever comes earlier. And let's see how that pans out. Let's see whether England can bowl India out or can India get to 350 plus. So bye-bye from me, Gulati and Shashwat. We'll be back for the whichever session comes first. Bye-bye.